Pibbert, do you want num-nums? Do you want num-nums? Hi, baby. Oh, what do you see? What do you see? Come on, Layla. Look, I got watermelon. Watermelon. Come show your babies. Come on. Oh, Mama's got some num-nums. Yes, Nugget. Quick, get some. Num-num-num. Num-num-num. Here you go, Charlie. Hi, BBs. Hi. 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 Hi, babies. Look at you guys. You guys are so full. Hi, pretty bird. Num 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 num. Come on, pretty bird. Look. Pretty bird. Num num num. Here you go, Layla. Yes, Layla. Hi. Hi. What are you guys doing? You're fighting over a piece of kale? Let me go through. No, no attacking. No attacking. You're doing such a good job, pretty bird. You're being such a good daddy. Here you go, Charlie. Oh, Charlie. Don't flinch. Are you panicking while you're coming over here to steal food? You're so unsure. You're going to copy daddy. You hear that? It's like they're freaking out over the fact that they know they're going close to the scary human. Here you go, pretty bird. Goofy little boogers. Come on, little one. Uh. Look at that big old neck. Little fatty. Yeah, pretty bird. Pretty bird's usually all kinds of pushy about wanting the food. You're such a little fatty. Look at you. Look at that big old neck. It's a happy bump. Look at you. You look like you just killed something. Hi, Layla. Hi, Layla. Hi, pretty mama. Hi, Layla. Hi. Yes, hi, Playboy. Yes, hi. Hi. Thank you for saying hello. Hi. Hi, handsome. Hi. Thank you for saying hello to me. Hi, baby. Hi, handsome. Yes, hi, Pibbird. Hi, pretty. Yes, you're doing such a good job being a dad. Yes, you are. You're doing so good. You're doing so good, pretty. You see the babies are getting the num-nums, huh? You got your little raptors over here? You've been doing so good taking care of them today. Hmm? Hey, Layla. Hey, Charlie. Charlie, be nice. Stop chasing Layla. No, Charlie. You know what you're doing is wrong. You don't you argue with me, young lady. I said no. Uh-oh. That sounds like somebody's yelling at a dog. Hey, no nibbling on my legs. Anyway, I figured I'd come live for just a couple of minutes. Let you guys see the babies. Did you hear that, Boots? Didn't that sound like somebody was yelling at a dog saying, get out of here? Maybe a cat, but I'm thinking dog. Hey, Bert, quit it with it. Quit trying to get my fate. No, that was my ankle. Owie. Don't get the cats. No one does like that. Come on, pretty bird. Oh, pretty bird, you're so mad. You're doing such a good job protecting the babies. Yes, you are. You're doing so good protecting the babies. Yes, you are. You're doing so good. Look at him. Look at that dangerous goose. Gander. Sorry. You're so dangerous, pretty bird. You're so dangerous. 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 Yes, that hurt. Good job, buddy. Mommy loves you, even though you currently don't remember. That I'm not your enemy. I'm not your enemy. I'm not it. Are those your babies? Pivot, you got your babies? You got your babies? Where's your babies? You got your babies? Huh? You got your babies? You got your babies? Hmm? Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle the chin. If I let him, he'll go for my ankles, especially since my smart self wore white socks today. What do you say now? Did you hear what he said? I have to get out. You hear noises, pretty bird. Look at the babies. This is their first time experiencing watermelon. You see that big lump on the side of their neck? It's completely normal. That's what happy little goslings look like when they eat a lot of food. It's just what they do. They overeat. Literally, this is just from them grazing all day. Their little butts are full of poop, and their necks are full of food. But that's what happy little goslings look like. And it's completely normal. You don't have to panic if you see a lump like that in their neck, as long as it goes down over time. So if that lump doesn't go down, that's where you might have an issue. Hi, baby. What you doing, Charlie? Jesus, Rooster, you sound like you were in pain. Look at them wandering off. Those two have been keeping Pretty Bird on his toes. I'm sorry, those five. The goslings. Hey, Squirt. How you doing, Mama? How you doing, sweetheart? Get some num-nums, Bud. Anyway, I figured I'd come live for a couple of minutes. Let you guys see the birdies while they get a treat. See the goosies. There's Blue. Hi, Blue. And Pretty Bird bobbing his head. Look at him. He's all grown up. He's a daddy now. Look at him, guys. Perfect daddy. Watching out for his babies. Go on. So he gets mad. If you just paid attention, you will have seen that Pretty Bird kind of stopped halfway between the gosling that was lingering behind and Layla and the rest of the goslings. He basically placed himself at an equal distance between the one single gosling that was falling behind and then the mom and the other babies, so that regardless of who would encounter a danger, he would be at an equal distance to get to them to protect them. Now, he does not see the other geese as a danger. That is one of the things that's going to be a little bit more unique to Pretty Bird, because, say, Canada geese in the wild and often other geese on farms will see other females and males that are not part of their immediate family, so like who are not their mate or, obviously their goslings, they will see them as threats. and they will usually chase them off. But the thing is that Pretty Bird never actually officially fully made it with Layla. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see what happens next year. Because Charlie is still obsessed with Pretty Bird. Pretty Bird is obsessed with the Goslings. And the Goslings, of course, are following their mother, who is Layla. Pretty Bird has attempted to mate Layla, and he may have even successfully mated her. I have no idea. But he does seem more interested in mating a Canada goose. But so far, they haven't been mature enough yet to mate. So by next season, guys, about a year from now, we could be looking at either Pretty Bird's babies with Layla, or we could be looking at Pretty Bird and Charlie having babies. Now, whether or not those babies going to end up being his or not, that's going to all depend on whether or not he's fertile. He may not end up being fertile. Um, he may end up being fertile. We have no idea for sure. The likelihood of him being fertile is higher because he is a male. So hybrids who are female, according to my research, have a lesser likelihood of being fertile versus hybrids who are male. They have a much higher likelihood of being fertile, even if their fertility is compromised. Run away! Quick, 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 quick! Quick, 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 quick! Hi! Hi, Mama. Hi. Hi, pretty girl. Hi, buddy. You're doing such a good job protecting your babies. See, we always got Charlie right there next to Pretty Bird, always trying to get his attention. Quit trying to bite my ankles. I don't like it when you bite my ankles. You bite my fingers, my hand. I'm used to that. Nip that area, not my ankles. I don't like it when you stop nipping my ankles. This breeding season, he started a completely new thing where he starts like biting and nipping my ankles. And guys, I have never built up a tolerance for that. So it hurts like hell. Even though it's just little nips, just like what he's doing on my hand. But it's just such a sensitive area. And I hate it. And I think he's figured it out. He knows that's what I'm trying to prevent him from doing. So he keeps trying to get to it. Like, he'll try and get my feet. And he knows I'll back away or I'll try and get my hand in between him and my ankles. See, and he'll go and return back to the babies and to Layla. But Charlie will stay with Pretty Bird. Whereas the babies will stay with Layla and Pretty Bird. And for anybody who doesn't know our flock, this right here, that big golden goose right here, that's Layla. She is a purebred American buff. Those 5 goslings are her babies that she laid this year and hatched out this year, all on her own. Right there, the gander who's with her and protecting her with the big white patch, who's chasing after her right now and the babies, that's Pretty Bird. He is a male, and he could have fathered maybe a couple of them. It's very unlikely, though, because he was trying to mate with her, but those 2 doofuses who are currently separated are the ones that got to her pretty much most of the time, all of the time, pretty much, from what I saw. But then again, I'm not always around. And it doesn't look like any of these goslings are his, but I'm not going to sit here and say for sure because I could still be surprised. And then Pretty Bird is a hybrid between a Canada goose and a Chinese goose. And then we have our 2 African ganders right here behind that fence. The reason they're separated is because they territorially are basically working together and unfairly fight Pretty Bird as a team, therefore almost killing him a couple of times. So they're now spending their days cut off from the rest of the flock because I will not allow an animal to get injured because of another animal. Pretty Bird was here first. This is his flock. And I'm creating this flock for him. So that's why they're separated and not him. And then right here we have Pretty Bird's girlfriend. Yes, you have this right. Baby mama, girlfriend. Now, Miss Charlie is currently trying to date Pretty Bird, and she wants him to be her future mate. So next breeding season, she'll be mature enough to mate potentially, most likely, based on her current behavior of this breeding season. She's only one. She'll be two next year. She'll likely be ready to mate next year. And when that time comes, she appears to want to be mating with Pretty Bird, and we'll have to see what happens with that. And then we have Blue, which is this one right here. So that's Charlie, which is the one that's more slender. And then we have Blue right there. Blue is our other Canada goose. Yeah, Charlie's a Canada. Blue is the other Canada goose. These are both regular Canada geese. And Blue is same age as Charlie, potentially even related. And they both came from the same breeder. I've legally obtained all of my animals. I have the papers to prove it, the federal documentation, all that fun stuff. But yeah, Blue is our very independent, very stubborn, very mischievous girl. Um, she loves to get into stuff and kind of figure out her own thing. And then we've got itty bitty little Squirt over here. Hey, Squirt! Squirt! Hey, Squirt! Squirt! Look at her, how tiny she is next to Blue. Hi, mamas. She's literally smaller, like she's like the size of a duck, even smaller than a duck technically. Her beak is super tiny. She is called a cackling goose. They used to be considered a subspecies of the Canada goose, so a subspecies of this kind of goose. And as you can see, they look almost identical outside of the size, and like the shape of their head and beak is very different. So if you look at her, you can see what her head and beak looks like. And then if you look at her, you can see what her head and beak looks like. Her beak is much longer compared to her head, whereas Squirt's is her beak is much shorter and much more stubby. Anyways, she's a cackling. I believe she is the smallest version of the cackling, smallest version of the subspecies of the cackling. But she's a cutie pie. She's super feisty. She's a little terror. We love her dearly. She's amazing. And yeah, she has her own ideas about what should be going on in the yard, and she has no problem asserting herself. So yeah. Anyway, so that's pretty much our current flock that we have going on. We do have 3 goslings inside that we're hand raising right now. Sadly, Layla's goslings will not be staying with us permanently. Not on the current property that we're on. I'm more The reason we let her hatch out the eggs was because we were not sure whether or not Pretty Bird had fathered any of the eggs, and we were trying to figure out if any of the eggs had been fertilized by Pretty Bird. Nugget! And now I'm going to introduce you guys to our last goose, and it is a very special kind of goose. You may have never seen this kind of goose before. Hi, Nuggy. So, as you can see, this is the only goose that looks like a chicken, and you'll notice that there are no other chicken-looking birds outside anymore. Why is because this particular goose is, well, she grew up with Pretty Bird, and she thinks she's a goose. So we can't just loudly tell her that she's a chicken. So she'll get mad. Um, she'll be 4 this December. Pretty Bird turned 4 in just past April. And when he was about like 6, 7, 8 months old, 6, 7 months old or so, is when Nugget joined our family as a tiny little chick, or in her mind, as a gosling. And then she grew up with Pretty Bird as the only other bird that she knew. And because of that, she is convinced that she's a goose. She behaves like a goose. She stays out late like a goose. Every other chicken will be in bed. The roosters will be desperately trying to get her to go to bed with the rest of the flock. She wants nothing to do with them. And when it's raining, my daughter's over here giving me hand signals to tell you guys about it. Because this is her pet chicken, okay? Whenever it rains, Nugget will stay outside with the geese while all the other chickens will run inside. Nugget, and I'll show you guys where she sleeps because that's unconventional as well. Nugget will stay outside with the goose flock, okay? And she will stand in the rain. And actually, if you guys want to, just Google real quick how geese position themselves in rain, like how they deal with rain and hail. And you'll see how they stand in rain. Nugget actually sleeps down here. This is her spot. This is how I knew where to find her right away. And she makes these interesting sounds as a chicken that I think she's trying to mock or mimic a goose sound, but that could just be me taking a little bit further. You hear that? Anyway, she makes that sound all the time. Anyway, this is a little dog kennel that she sleeps in. It's on the floor, and this is the goose area. So every other chicken is roosting somewhere in here, okay? Every other chicken has their roosting spot. Nugget doesn't roost. She just doesn't roost. Nugget sleeps in her little doghouse. She always has slept in her little doghouse. That is her little bed. She sleeps on the floor where the other geese sleep because she's a goose. I hope that makes sense. We just kind of chuckle about it. The only negative about it is that she likes to stay out in the rain because she seems to think that she's waterproof.
She keeps trying to get herself sick.
And then she gets soaked.
Yep.
And she gets mad at us if we lock her inside the like coop with the other chickens, and she'll literally like run back and forth right here at the aviary, trying desperately to get back out to her goose flock because she doesn't understand why in God's name we would be keeping her away from her flock and locking her up with the chickens, because that doesn't make any sense in her mind. And maybe I'm humanizing my animals a little bit, but you know what? It's funny and it's fun. So, but this is her behavior suggests that we're not incorrect about this. And no, this is not her egg. This is actually one of our Morans has laid this egg. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? That is a beauty.
Yes, Nugget.
Our Morans just started laying eggs a little while ago. They're still very small. Sorry, my hands are super dirty. They're still very small,
And also,
but
Nugget won't.
Here's another one.
Nugget won't move if we move, or she won't sleep in her kennel if we move it.
Oh yeah, if I move I tried rearranging the coop and taking this kennel and putting it in a different area of the coop. Nugget had a fit. I mean, she was complaining so loudly. It was crazy. Nugget is technically a black star goose. Chicken. I didn't say it. Anyways, and she's the bestest one that we have, the bestest chicken we have. She's all of our favorite.
She's the oldest too.
She's our oldest chicken. She's hilarious. She's a good girl.
We rescued her from Mudbutt.
Yeah, she had pasty butt when we first found her. That's how we ended up with her. My daughter brought up the argument that I had a pet goose, why she couldn't have a pet chicken. I mean, what do you say to that as a parent? I literally had Pretty Bird living indoors with us as a pet goose. And my daughter argued, if I can prove I can take care of her, can't I have a pet chicken? You have a pet goose. And I was like, well, crap. You know, how do you... What's the comeback you use on that one, huh? Anyways, we told her that if she could take care of it and she could prove that she could take care of it, then yes, we'd give her a go. And she raised her all on her own, took care of her. Nugget was an indoor chicken for about, I want to say about a year-ish. And, yeah, about a year-ish. No, wait, 2 years. Was it 2 years or a year? One or 2 years?
2 years.
No, it was about a year, year and a half, somewhere around that corner. Anyways, and then we moved to Texas. And ever since we've been in Texas, our birds have been staying outdoors in an environment that's much better for them. All right, buddy. I love you, Teriyaki, and I know you hate me, and I need you to step back so I can check underneath one of your ladies to see if there's any more eggs. Can you walk away a little bit? Thank you, buddy. I'd appreciate it if you don't try to ninja chop me with them giant spurs you got going on there.
So here's the guy.
I need to catch him and check his feet. Something's up.
But
By the way, again, come here, Mama. Let me see. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Here's the guy who took down a hawk.
Yeah, he took down a hawk. A hawk tried to get one of the ladies a couple years ago, and he took down that hawk, spurred him out of mid-flight. I saw it happen. So, yeah. Anyways, this is one of our Marans. This is a Maran chicken, and they lay those super, super, super dark brown eggs. We actually have an extra Maran rooster that's going to be needing a home. Hi, mamas. I know it's hot today, isn't it? You ready to go to bed? Good job, Mama. Good job, mamas. Good job, mamas. I'm going to close this so that you guys don't go after my daughter. No, you cannot. You cannot eat her. Layla. Layla. She's like, oh no, she's going to close the door. Come on, kids. Run, run. Let's go get one more snack. Pretty Bird's like, oh, wait for me. Guys. Guys? All right, let me go ahead and get the Goosies inside. They're being goofy butts. Layla, you know you'll have food inside, Goofy. I don't ever put you guys to bed without food. Not while you have babies. All right, Layla, don't take them all the way back out. Come on. Let's go night-night, Layla. Layla, let's go night-night. Let's go night-night. Stop arguing, Layla. Let's go. Hi, babies. Hi, Bird. We go night-night? Let's go night-night. No, let's go night-night, Bird. Let's go night-night. With your babies. All right, that's over there. Let's go night-night. You coming, Squirt? Come terrorize the ladies. Hi, ladies. Hey, ladies. And let's see. That's Charlie, and that's Blue. Charlie is more slender and linear than Blue. Blue is a little bit more on the chunkier side. Not in a negative way, she just is. And then Charlie has a not much, but she has a more narrow white patch on her cheek. So if you look at Charlie's white stripe on her cheek, and you look at Blue's, you can see Blue's is much more triangular, whereas Charlie's is more narrow. And that is how I keep my two Canada ladies apart. And then also just behavior, really. I mean, that's a big part of it. Like, how do they act? How do they behave themselves? How do they conduct themselves? I hand raise my birds. Most of my birds are hand raised, so I just know their personalities, especially for my geese. The geese are pretty much my project, whereas the chickens are basically my daughters. So, guys, I'm gonna go get some fresh water. Hold on. They're trying to reach the water, those poor little boogers. Come on.
I just touched Nugget's tail and she
Squirt, you'll be okay. Did we forget the shovel? Got the shovel. I gotta get my African ganders in. Anyway, though, guys, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get into the lockup routine right now. My daughter's gonna be helping me tonight. So, I'm gonna get off here and focus on my child. And I will see you guys next time. All right. Boys, you know that's not where you go. You know that's not. Let's go. Come on. Move it. Bedtime. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Anyways, Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.